90% of people go through life financially struggling or settling. They're struggling or settling their whole life. Whole life, 90% of people. They're not prepared for retirement, most people. And money doesn't make anybody happy, but it does do two things that nobody can deny. Two things that money does. It gives you security, right? Security to pay your bills, have electric, water, retirement, whatever. And it gives you choices that to do things that you couldn't do without the money, whether it's go take your kids to Disney World or donate to your church or charity. If you don't have the money, you can't do it. You can't do things. You don't have the choice to do it. So my approach is that everybody's got problems. Everybody's got different problems. Somebody's got horrible arthritis in their back. Someone's got a child with autism. Somebody's is working three jobs and they're burned out and they can't make any more money. They're driving Uber all night. Now Waymos are coming and they're going to replace Uber. They can't even make money doing Uber. AI is going to take so many jobs, it's ridiculous. And I'm looking at the beach with all these people on the beach right here, and it's a Monday, so they're probably on vacation. Every day's a vacation for me. But most of them, almost nobody really understands what AI is going to do to humanity. And taking jobs is the first thing it's going to do. Yeah, there'll be some jobs created because of it, but for the bulk, people are going to lose jobs. And it's good to have a secondary source of income.
Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Third Chances. I'm super excited today because I have Dr. David Silverman back. We have done episode 3 years ago now. It's unbelievable. But he also happens to be my mentor, and I'm super grateful that he made time for this conversation. Just let me briefly introduce him. Dr. Silverman is a retired foot surgeon who used to own his own practice in Maryland, and at that time he felt like he arrived. It was his dream profession until the moment when he started questioning if he's really built for that life. Sitting in the traffic all day, sitting in the office, seeing patients, which he loved, but also not having a life outside of the medical practice. And if he wasn't there, there was no cash flow. There was no cash to flow, just obligations. So we have talked about your personal journey to this industry back in episode 16 on May 17, 2023, believe or not. If you are curious, please go back and listen to that podcast. It's titled Fool Me Once, It's on You, Fool Me Twice, It's on Me. David, so excited to have you here. Thank you for making time.
Hey, I'm happy to be here, Vera. It's good to see you, and I'll see you in person in a couple of weeks.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And right now you are sitting at the beach house, so just the symbolism of how this work allows you to be anywhere in the world that you want to be. And I, we have already, you have already told us how successful surgeon ended up looking outside traditional medicine and how you eventually entered into industry you had every reason to be skeptical of. But today I want to go skip ahead, and you have now had more than 2 decades on the inside. You have built internationally, mentored thousands, reached one of the highest ranks, and received awards both for both mentoring and business building. So one of my first questions that I'm thinking of is, knowing everything you know today, if somebody approached you with this business for the first time tomorrow, what would you investigate before you even said yes?
So when you say this business, do you mean this business model of network marketing, or do you see specifically ASEA? What do you mean?
I mean network marketing in general,
The business
because
model, yeah.
that has some sound in the world that people have either skepticism or negative thinking, or they really don't know what to make of it.
Yeah. And I understand that because I was there too, and I totally understand it.
Yeah.
My entree into network marketing, as you said, I had my own office, my own surgery center. I made a lot of money, but I had no time freedom.
Yeah.
And it was just, if anybody's ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, it was like the same day over and over and over again. Either go to the hospital first thing in the morning, or my surgery center, go to the office, do paperwork, go home, do it again the next day and again, and having kids and bills and putting three kids through college, just paying the whole tuition. It's a lot of pressure making money. And
You
I
were
didn't
missing
complain.
out on the growing of your kids, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was starting to. Um,
Yeah.
but in 1998, I got introduced to network marketing. 97, 97, end of 96, I got introduced to it. And it was through a medical device rep who came into my office and showed me. And I had always heard about network marketing, but everybody was like, stay away. It's a pyramid scheme. It's
Yep.
illegal and all that. So you have that in your head. But the guy he pulled up in the car that his company, the network marketing company, paid for his car.
Oh, wow.
And he kind of drew out what it was. I'm like, well, that makes sense. I never really looked at the industry to see what it is. But so I investigated that company and said, I'm going to get involved with this on the side of what I was doing just to create some passive residual income. And everybody has dreams of making millions. I was like, I just want to make, if I can make an extra $100,000 a year, I'll be thrilled to death, just extra money that comes. But then, and this is why it gets a bad name, network marketing. Started building the business, was doing well, and then I went to one of their national functions. I think it was in Columbus, Ohio, and I went, and it kind of grossed me out. It was just all about making money. It was not a health product. It was like telecom services. But everybody's talking about making money and what are you doing? How much you making? What are you doing? And it just made me kind of sick. And I thought I don't want to bring people to this, so I quit. And then, but I understood the model. And then about a year later, my mom had been suffering with a horrible, horrible back problem, and not a normal problem. Like it's a really weird thing. A reflex sympathetic dystrophy, it was called. They've changed the name now, but some people kill themselves because it's so painful.
Oh
And
my gosh.
um, my friend of mine, who was another foot surgeon, said, David, you ought to have your mom try magnets. I'm like, magnets? What do you mean magnets? I got refrigerator? No, no, no. They're medical magnets. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Hmm.
So and it was a network marketing company. So he brought me some for her to use. I didn't believe it was going to work. But in 3 days, my mom calls me and says, I took grandma to the mall. We walked around. I'm not hurting. This stuff is
Wow.
amazing. And I said, well, it's probably just a placebo. Just keep doing it. Well, then it was network marketing. So I put two and two together, the model and a product that really worked and helped people. That's about, and I talked to some people. It was more about you're going to make money if you want to, but the way to help people. Excuse me. So I tried the product on a bunch of people and I thought it was a placebo, that it worked for pain. About half the time, in about 20, 30 minutes, people had pretty significant, my patients had significant results. And then I tried it on a dog with arthritis and it stopped limping. So that made me say, okay, it's not a placebo. The dog doesn't know. So that's when I got involved and I ran with it and loved it. It was helping people and just loved it, but I did not do a due diligence on the company the way I should have. So
Hmm.
I started soaring up because I was passionate about it, soaring up in rank. And then I don't know I saw things happening that I didn't like in the company, like the people that own the company were not approachable. It was like we were just ants, and but it was all from stage. It looked all like, oh, we're really here to help, and then they wouldn't talk to you. It was
Right.
and and eventually it's kind of I got to the top level of the company, and it's like in Wizard of Oz, everybody thinks the wizard is some great thing, and then they pull the curtain back and it's just a man. Well, I got backstage and I saw what was going on. I'm like, I'm out of this. These people are not what they say they are, and I can't bring people into this in good faith, knowing that this is who's running the company. Because when I owned my practice, it was me. I was the one at the top. I was the ethics and integrity started with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I understand why, and I quit. And I understand why people have these bad feelings about network marketing, because number one, I was ignorant at the beginning and I didn't understand it. Then I went to one that was all about making money. I was like, that's not me. And then the next one was these people were crooked. And so I said, maybe all network marketing, it's a great idea, the idea of investing no money in advertising, getting all of your customers through word of mouth, but it's just a bad industry. So my wife and I said, we're never doing this again, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, this
And
is
but that's what happens, right? And
yeah,
and so 15 years ago, someone brought ASEA to me, and I was like, I have zero interested in this business, none, stay away. But my dad had just been diagnosed with something horrible that spreads in the body and kills people. So I was curious enough to investigate the product for that. And then when I vetted it over time, just I'm giving you my story as to how I got to where I am.
yeah,
That was 15 years ago. Product worked, knew it wasn't a placebo. People were drinking it and skin lesions were falling off of their body. It's not a placebo and things disappear that have been there for decades. But this time, and anybody that's looking at network marketing, to answer your question, you need to do a due diligence on the product, its safety, its exclusivity, which is really important because if you build a business and then someone knocks it off in 3 years, your business goes down the toilet. So the product, safety of it, exclusivity, and the people running the company.
yeah,
And if they have debt and what is the company? You cannot just investigate the product or the service or the person who introduced it to you. You must investigate the company, do a due diligence because you're putting your life in their hands. I mean, your livelihood. Because if they are crooked, or they're stupid, or whatever, or the product's not exclusive, you could put a lot of energy into something and have it just disappear.
yeah. That actually probably is answer to my question that I have thinking of. Is there like difference between a legitimate company and a legitimate business opportunity? In other words, can a company be perfectly legitimate and still be a terrible business to build?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, their pyramid schemes, excuse me, or Ponzi schemes were illegal. They're illegal. It's like here's an investment, put your money in, you're going to make 30% a week, and wow, you see the numbers going up, and the reason you're getting the return showing up on paper is because other people are coming in and investing, and then eventually it just all falls apart and it's gone. That's illegal. But legal network distribution, it is legal. Amway's been around for what, 50 years?
Yeah.
There are lots of there was not a lot of companies, but there are companies that are legacy companies that have been around for a long time, right? Most 90% of network marketing companies don't make it to their seventh year. 90%. So another thing, when you're choosing a company, be careful if it's a new company. Really do due diligence on the people because new companies, 90% of them are gone in 7 years.
Yeah.
Right. And it takes a little time to build significant income up. And in your seventh year, you're making great money, and all of a sudden it's gone. It's like, what did I do that for? Right.
Yeah.
Um, but legitimate network marketing companies are providing a service or a product, and no money is made on signing people up. Like in our company, it's $40 to enroll. They give you two websites and a welcome kit, whatever. But nobody makes money on that $40. That would be illegal.
Oh,
Signing
yeah.
people up, making money on that. It's just when product or services are a transaction has taken place, right?
Hmm.
And when you find a company like our company that has a money back guarantee for a month, it's not like, oh God, why did I spend $200? What if it doesn't work? It's like, well, here we're going to
Yeah.
show you how it works. But if you don't like it, within a month, just get your money back. It's no risk.
Hmm. David, can you touch on like real basic of what it means to build business with network marketing? Because somebody like me, I came to it as complete virgin. I've never been exposed to it. And I
Mhm.
just, in my mind, I was like, I was in sales my whole life. I knew what to do. But I went out and I started selling product, talking to people about the product because the product was amazing. It helped me. So I shared it with everybody. But that's not how you build this business, at least not as effective as it could be. You have been business builder of the year. You have approached it definitely differently. Could you touch on that for somebody who doesn't really know the principle of it?
Sure. So in network marketing, if you want to build a business, I mean, the idea is you find customers every time they order product, you make money because the company's not going to pay advertise. They're paying you, right? So you have as many customers as you want, and every time they order, it's tied to you. You get credit for it because you educated them back in 2020, and they're still ordering product. You still make money, right? Which is a beautiful thing. You're making money while you sleep. Get many customers as you want. But some of these people are going to say, if they've been exposed to the opportunity side of it, not just the product, both. when the product validates itself, very often because they've been exposed that, hey, there's an opportunity, they're like, wow, this stuff really works. This is really great. I want to share it with people. Why not? So you want to make people aware of the product and the opportunity. And if you don't, a lot of people in network marketing, especially if it's a health product, they just talk about the product.
Yeah.
And that's it. And these people don't really know that there's a business. They don't know that there's an opportunity. And the fact is, 90% of people go through life financially struggling or settling. They're struggling or settling their whole life. Whole life, 90% of people. They're not prepared for retirement, most people. And money doesn't make anybody happy, but it does do two things that nobody can deny. Two things that money does. It gives you security, right? Security to pay your bills, have electric, water, retirement, whatever. And it gives you choices that to do things that you couldn't do without the money, whether it's go take your kids to Disney World or donate to your church or charity. If you don't have the money, you can't do it. You can't do things. You don't have the choice to do it. So my approach is that everybody's got problems. Everybody's got different problems. Somebody's got horrible arthritis in their back. Someone's got a child with autism. Somebody's is working three jobs and they're burned out and they can't make any more money. They're driving Uber all night. Now Waymos are coming and they're going to replace Uber. They can't even make money doing Uber. AI is going to take so many jobs, it's ridiculous. And I'm looking at the beach with all these people on the beach right here, and it's a Monday, so they're probably on vacation. Every day's a vacation for me. But they most of them, almost nobody really understands what AI is going to do to humanity. And taking jobs is the first thing it's going to do. Yeah, there'll be some jobs created because of it, but on the bulk, people are going to lose jobs, and it's good to have a secondary source of income. So if knowing everybody has problems, my job is to first find out what their problem is. What do I have to offer that they don't even know what I have yet? But
Yeah.
what do I have to offer that could solve their problem? Because that's what's going to make someone say, hey, I'm interested in knowing more about that. If
Mhm.
somebody doesn't have a child with or know anybody with autism, then they're not going to be interested in hearing about that. It's like, well, that's kind of interesting. But if
Right.
they have a parent that's lost their memory, they're focused on that. So what I do is I have a business card, right? And the only reason I even have the card is because what's on the back. And what's on the back is a little checklist, a question list that I ask people to determine what their issues are,
Mhm.
right? So I can zero in on their problem and not throw up, hey, let's get rich, let's get a free car, let's do all this, let's travel the world, because that's what network marketers do a lot of times. They're so excited, they speak with enthusiasm, but you need to speak with conviction and confidence, right? And some enthusiasm. So on here, I say, look, I sat down with you today because I've got something remarkable to share with you, something that's a breakthrough for humanity. It's you want to reverse aging. It's just incredible. Okay, and I'll tell you in a minute, but I want to find out a couple things. What's interesting? What would it be interested to you, so I can focus on what you want? Has 15 things on here. Okay, so I go down and I say, okay, number one, hurting joints. Do you know anybody that is hurting muscles or joints in their body, you or anybody else? Well, he says, well, yeah. I go, who? Is it, well, my back hurts. My back hurts all the time. Okay. So I put a check next to that. Health issues. Do you know anybody has health issues? Like what? I don't know, breathing issues, blood sugar issues, even sleeping. Oh, I don't sleep well. Yeah. So that well, actually, sleep is the next one. Sleep is the next one. Energy level. Okay. Is it the same as it's been when you were younger? No, my energy's pretty good. Mood. Anybody with mood problems? God, my son is on taking medication for that. I put a
Mhm.
check. I'm finding out what is problem. Okay. Memory, focus, clarity. 7, younger skin. That's another thing that we work, what we offer, right? Now, I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying. What do you mean younger skin? Well, I know I can pull out pictures before and after and say, this is younger. Look at before and after. Younger skin. Well, sure. Athletic performance. No, not really. Staying well. Well, who wouldn't want to stay well? Check that. And then I make the shift. I don't just stick on the product. And that's where a lot of people will stop. Number 10, extra weekly income. Do you know anybody that would want extra weekly income that comes while they sleep? Well, I don't know, maybe. Okay, I'll put a question mark there. Financial security, anybody who's not really secure for retirement. Financial freedom, time freedom, leaving a legacy for your heirs and for mankind. And the 15th one says fun with an exclamation point. So I'm trying to find out what problems they have and where their interest would be. And they may say financially they're fine. A lot of people say, no, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I know when they validate what these products do, ASEA's products do, and they know that they were exposed to the fact that there is an opportunity, they're like, my God, I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked on almost everybody, like instantly. Tell me more about the business side. So we can
Yeah.
go back to that. I'm just trying to get a little bit of a litmus test where they're at. Because here's the thing. If I in building a network marketing business, it's not like you said you were in sales. In sales, your job is to identify the problem and sell the product. That's it. And maybe get referrals, right? Well, in this, from the moment I speak to somebody, I don't know this is true or not, but there's a good chance that I'm training them. Because if they come to say, hey, I want to make money too, they're watching what I did with them. So I have to keep it very simple, just ask some simple questions. And my goal is to make people aware of this breakthrough product that no one else has, how to use it properly and proper timeline expectations and show them that it's as safe as water, the studies. I want to make them aware of the fact that there's an opportunity here. And I want to do it in a duplicatable way where they're aware of all those things. So then they can say it's either immediately or down the road, hey, all right, I'm in. So I think that's the mistake that a lot of network marketers do. They talk too much, and they don't ask questions and listen to find out what the problem is.
Yeah, I think it's a huge difference how what your attitude is coming into that meeting. If you really in the back of your mind is like, I just want to sell, so I need to make money, whatever it is. That desperation comes across whether we are aware of it or not, because the whole energy changes, and we have this seventh sense of sniffing out that there is a hidden agenda there. Pretending and all this, like relating to people. Network marketing in my mind is really networking and making friends and finding out how can I help instead of what can I sell you. And that was a
Right.
big shift for me, because I was in that selling industry, and I was able to relate to people and identify what they need, and I was very successful. But I fell on my nose first year of this business, because I had no idea how to approach it, and I wasn't in good space to begin with because of my situation. But it was learning curve for me to really forget about what I learned before and what I used before and what I have to apply to this. And it just changed my whole attitude about it. And this is a hypothetical question, and it's kind of funny, but if somebody gave you this exact business today, but removed your reputation, your rank, and your existing organization that you built, how would David Silverman start from zero in 2026?
I would do exactly what I said. I would make a list of it. I would look for someone to be successful in network marketing. They have to have three things. Three things. One is they need to be motivated because you don't have a boss telling you what to do. Most people have an employee mentality, and
Yeah.
most the boss will pay you enough so you don't quit, and you'll work just as hard so they don't fire you. That's most people. Now there are the outliers that want to keep going and going and going, and they put extra effort, but they're working for somebody else, which I hate. That the thought of working for somebody else makes me literally nauseated. I can't stand the thought of someone telling me how much money I'm going to make, when I can take vacation, what I have to do. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not wired that way. I that just it's so distasteful to me. But most people are. They just settle and they get trapped in salaries and benefits. And it's like, well, I can't leave because I'll lose my benefits. It's like, I'm just not wired that way. And nice thing in network marketing
Security
is
too,
but you can do it on the side. It's not like you got to
yeah,
quit what you're doing. You're like, hey,
right?
let me start doing something for myself at 10 hours a week, right?
Yep.
Um, but I would do the same thing. So you got to be motivated and you got to be coachable. Okay, if you're not like you said, you did what you were doing, it wasn't working. You're coachable. You got to say, okay, I don't know this industry. I'm going to learn it. Like to be a foot surgeon, I did 4 years for biology major, 4 years for podiatric med, another year postgraduate training, surgical training. That's 9 years to go to be a foot surgeon and spend, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, set up the
Investment. Yeah.
practice, the
Yeah.
school. Here, with the SIA, most companies are $40. And are you going to learn? What are you going to, well, we have training videos. How long is that? I don't know, 2 hours. Here are two books you should read, right? This is being coachable, but most people are not. They're either not motivated or they're motivated and not coachable. So they're out putting business cards on car windshields at a mall, 1,000 cards in the hot sun. I'm motivated. You know, you're motivated because that's pretty hard to do, but you're not coachable because that doesn't work. So why do that? So you got to be motivated, coachable, and consistent. And bottom line is, majority of people are not. And I do what I can do to get them to be successful. But if they're lacking in one of those three things, motivation, being coachable, or being consistent, I can't really do anything to help them. They may get lucky, but I didn't get in this business to be lucky. I knew I was going to be successful because I knew it was a numbers game. I knew I have to talk to a lot of people the right way because I'd done it before in another business. So I kind of knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't waste time. I had already gone through my learning curve. And that's why people that have done network marketing before, they come to where we are and it's like, oh my God, I understand how to do this. Now I have the perfect product, exclusivity, good people, great support, and go. And that's fine with a new company as well. But if you do it with a brand new company, you risk that it may not be around very long. So when you ask me what I would do from the beginning, make a list of names of people I know. I look in my phone, I look at my contact list, people I love because this product is dramatic for health, help them. But from a business perspective, like anybody can be fantastic, but I prioritize and say, I'm going to talk to the people that have the biggest sphere of influence first. That's what I'm going to talk to first from a business perspective. Is if I can get them on board, they have a bigger contact list to go after. And if they don't want to get on board, if I help their child on the spectrum, then they'll give me referrals. And them giving a referral, someone with a sphere of influence, say you need to
That's
talk to
why.
David Silverman.
Yeah.
But eventually, I'm going to go through my whole list of people and not think that, hey, the first three that come in I'm going to ride their backs into the sunset, because that isn't what happened. Because
Hmm.
out of the three, the chances that the three of them are motivated, coachable, and consistent is pretty minimal. And maybe one of them, probably not even one's going to make all three of those qualifications. So that's what I would do. I would go in saying, I know what I want to get. Let me talk to some mentors here and realize that it is not going to be like this. It doesn't grow like this. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. People are going to come in and say they're going to beat you. They're going to go to the top. And it's in 3 weeks, they're gone. It's like you just don't know, because they didn't do a good enough due diligence generally on the company to have enough belief and vision to say, okay, this is where I'm planting my flag. I'm going to give this 2 years of my time, because it takes time to build it, but you
Yeah.
got to put in at least 10 hours a week.
Yeah. This is you probably answering my next question, but I will still ask it because there may be one characteristic that you have seen during because of your experience. When you see incredible talented people fail and very ordinary people build extraordinary businesses. Why?
Exactly what I just said. It is about belief. And I'll tell you the four things to believe in. And it's very important to have belief, because if you don't have belief, then you're not going to do something.
Yeah.
Right. Right. But they're motivated, they're coachable, and they're consistent. And the four things people need belief in network marketing, number one is the product or service that they're selling. You got to believe in your product. Otherwise, it's just BS. It's just,
Yeah.
you're lying. You got to believe in it. Two, you got to believe in your company. You have to have faith in your company that these are good people and I can trust them and they have my best interest at heart, not stockholders, not private equity investors, and
Right.
that, right? Three, you need to believe in network marketing. And this is where people believe in the product and the company is a little easier, but network marketing, because if people have this stigma and their neighbors say, "Oh, you're involved with that," and if that's a pyramid scheme, no, thank you. And they think,
Mhm.
and then you're thinking they think you're an idiot. It's like You have to have rock solid beliefs so that when a small-minded nitwit that never really doesn't know the difference between a pyramid scheme and legitimate network marketing and the model, when they, let's say you respect them and they're they ha ha, if your belief is strong enough, you're like, I don't give a damn what you say, but love you. It's not for you, right?
Right.
And the fourth is a tough one too, is belief in yourself. And a lot of people just don't. Um, I, a lot of it I have found is from upbringing. Like their parents said, a coach, somebody said something negative, you're worthless, and it sticks in your head. Like you can't do that, or you can't go to medical school, or you can't do that, or you can't make that team. And you know what? It's subconsciously people think they're not worth it or they're not able to do it. And so belief is really important in yourself. And I would say that the best way to build belief in those four things is to go to your company's annual event, if it's an annual or twice a year, whatever it is,
Yeah.
conference, because you talk to enough people that have had dramatic results with product, right? And maybe you've seen a little bit, but you're new. You're like, my God, I didn't really, what happened with you? And you hear this, like, God, man, this product is remarkable. I need to get it
Yeah.
to more people so I can see. Two, you believe in the company because the company's there and you can go talk. Well, if they're approachable. My first company, they were not approachable. See ya, you just go up and you say hello, and can I take a couple of minutes and talk to you, to the founder of the company, or the
Right.
CEO, or the general counsel, or marketing. It's like they need to be accessible, but you can believe in the company and you believe in network marketing because you're seeing all these people there. Many of them had nothing and now they're diamonds in the company. It's like, well, maybe this does work. It's like, yeah, Dr. Silverman was a doctor. He's an ambassador triple diamond with a SIA. But oh wow, look at this. Trish Winkler is a presidential triple diamond. That's even a higher rank. She's never worked a day in her life. She was a housewife. I'm not saying it didn't work. Didn't have a paying job in her entire
Right.
life,
Right.
and she's making millions. And you start believing in yourself. And when you talk to people there and converse, it builds belief, and it builds belief in network marketing, and it builds belief in yourself because it's like if they can do it, I can do it. Now I'm going to be motivated, coachable, and consistent.
You touched on one thing that is the mindset that you have, and you may have it from the childhood. You may have issues that you know of. I remember you talking about being a brilliant speaker when you first approached this industry and learning easily. As a doctor, you were a brilliant businessman. You are a smart doctor, right? So everything comes easy to you, correct?
No, no, nothing came easy. I mean, luckily, I had a good childhood. I really did have a great childhood, and very fortunate. And my parents were able to pay for most of my schooling. Um, but um, I had to work for everything that I did. I mean, I really had to work for it. And when I did network marketing in the beginning, I was excited, like most people are, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just didn't, and I was kind of just pushing my way through it. The second company that I was there for many years, that I quit, that's where I really learned. But it makes you grow, a personal growth. I mean, I could never speak in public. I was scared to death to public speak. I would sweat, horrible smelling sweat. My stomach would get upset. I just awful, awful. And a lot of people have that fear of public speaking. But if it wasn't for network marketing, I never would have gotten through that because you got to push through. And somebody said to me, the other company, I want you to speak on the product or the business tonight, David. And I'm like, no, I'm an audience person. I'm just bringing guests. I don't. No, no, no. You're going to do it. You're
Mhm.
going to do it. Yeah, you're going to pick one. You're going to do it. So I did it, and I was nervous as heck, really. But the more I did it, the more fun it became. And I would that never I would have gone through my whole life never speaking at a funeral, never speaking at a wedding, never standing up to make a toast because I'd be scared to death.
Yep.
Whoa. And it's kind of cool. And I love that in this industry. You see people who and engage in it and learn, and you see them grow. And one of the most gratifying things is there are a lot of couples where one person is living with a narcissistic person who is abusive, and they're trapped in that relationship because they're the ones that earn the money and they can't make it on their own to be on the street. And you see these people start to rise up and go from being a mouse to being a lion. And it's like getting divorced, moving out, F you, I'm done with this life. And it changes their whole life. They would have kept going till the day they died in this situation. And it's
Yeah.
really gratifying part of the industry.
And I know exactly who you're talking to because we just met her in Cancun, and I'm gonna be with her on in September in Prague. And it was fascinating because we never know what people are dealing with in their life, and they don't wear it on their shoulders. So one of the also helpful thing when you approach this business and when you start thinking about people that you should talk to is not to prejudge and not to assume, because we really hardly ever know what's going on in everybody's life. Exactly.
Everybody has a problem.
Yeah.
And I don't care who it is, or they love somebody that does. So it's always like, hey, think about not just you, but yourself.
Yeah.
But if someone is honest, there is no doubt that they need help with one of these things. And they certainly love people that do.
Yeah. So this is one question for Mentor of the Year. When someone joins you and fails, how much responsibility belongs to the person and how much belongs to the mentor?
Well, it really depends if they are doing what the mentor is asking them to do, and suggesting that they do. And again, it's motivation, being coachable, and being consistent. And to me, in network marketing, third party validation is very important. When I share this with somebody, as quickly as possible, I want them to hear about ASEA, our company, from somebody else. Could be you, could be Debbie, my sponsor, could be anybody. I need to get that done. Even if I sit at a coffee shop and the person signs up and says, hey, I want money, I want the product work, my neck doesn't hurt, we're sitting here having coffee, I can't believe this is fantastic, I know people, let's do it. I don't say, good job, David, got him signed up. What I do is say, okay, that's fantastic, but I make sure I get them on a phone call or a Zoom with Debbie or somebody else. Not because I'm trying to sign them up, because I'm training them. I'm training them on what to do because most people are not going to sign up like that. It's a process. You meet with somebody, they watch a video, you follow up. I follow up with a third party. I want them to hear it from somebody other than me. So when I sign somebody up and I'm mentoring them and I say, make a list of people you know, prioritize the list of the people you love, let's help them. But business perspective wise, and maybe it's those people, I don't know. But I want to know the people you know that have the biggest sphere of influence. Give me the details on them. Okay. And let's work on a way for you to go approach them to bring this up. We build the business through share, show, connect. You share with people why you want them to know about this from the heart. Or it could be, I'm looking for referrals. I mean, I don't know I love you. You need to know about this product in our company. That's what we do. But it could be, I'm looking for referrals. I want you to be an advocate for me. Right. And you share your story, what you've seen with the product or the service. That's the end of the sharing. Then you're showing something. You're showing a video with somebody else. You're showing them with us. You show people that their neck hurts in a few minutes. It's not going to hurt anymore. It's
Right.
like, wow, this is incredible. Um, you're showing them something, and then we connect, share, show, connect them with a third party. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So when I enroll somebody, I'm judging whether they're worthy of my time, right? Well, what do you want me to do, David? Are you going to do what I say? Yeah, if it's reasonable. Okay. Well, I want you to watch these few videos. It'll take less than an hour. Will you watch that? Yes. When will you watch it? I'll watch it tonight. Okay. Okay. So let's talk tomorrow because I want to fill in the blanks. So we set up a time for tomorrow. If they text me and say I didn't watch it, my value giving my time to them just went down a little bit. I'll give them a
Yeah.
benefit of a doubt, but it went down because they're not doing what they said they were going to do. Now, am I going to invest my time to train somebody that's not going to do what I say? I don't want to do that, right? Um, I will say make a list of 100 names of people you know. Well, I don't know 100 people. I said, pull out your phone. How many contacts you have in your phone? 180. Okay, make a list of 100 names and prioritize the top 20 with the most sphere. Don't call anybody. Just we're going to go over that list together because I'm going to. So my goal is to get into their warm market as fast as I can. I want to know who they know because the person I bring in may not end up being the person that's motivated, coachable, and consistent. But if they do enough, they may introduce to me this, the person that is. And then what am I going to do? I'm mentoring this one, but this one's not really listening. They may do a little bit. This one is like, hey, show me what to do. I'm running with this thing. I would never have gotten to that person who could be the next diamond, next presidential diamond in the company. I would never have gotten to him if this person didn't introduce me to them. So my goal is to get them to bring me in the loop on the people they know so I can kind of see who's who there. And if my guy or girl wants to run with it, then I'm going to mentor them. But I'm also going to mentor this one that wants to run with it, or the one down here, because I can't leave. At this point, I can't leave the mentoring to the person I brought in. They're too new. I can't let them mentor this person solo. They'll be doing it with me, but that's what I would do.
And it's your bigger picture also. It's not just focusing on one person at a time, which is that's why you are mentor of the year. Yes. 20 years or more than 2 decades you are in this industry. It's a long time. And I wonder if there's something you used to teach people about building this business at the beginning that you no longer believe it, or it's no longer relevant because so much changed in the world.
What I learned through years of doing it was that if you ever shoot a gun or a bow and arrow and you have a target, the way you do it is you get ready and you aim and then you fire, whether it's trigger, but it's ready, aim, fire. And what a lot of people do is they get so excited about the industry and they start seeing dollars in their head and the product that they just sign up and go. And they don't even know what they're trying to, they don't even know what the target is yet, right? But they go ready, fire, and they never aim. So they're shooting the arrows everywhere. They don't know what they're doing. And and that happens a lot. And it happened with me at the beginning when I started. And then I realized, you know what? I want to take the time to do a little bit of training here. I'm not going to run at this thing like a maniac because I'm excited. Let me find out, what is my goal? Is it customers? Is it business partners? Is it what is it? And what are the ways to do it? What's the way to do it in a duplicatable way? Because duplication is key.
Yeah.
As a doctor, I have a lot of credibility. I mean, doctors can tell people to do things and they'll like, wow, you're a doctor, you must know. I learned that's the worst thing to do because then that person may not isn't a doctor. They can't do what you did. So I
Right.
need to take my my degrees out of it and teach them how to do this and educate them about the product and the business opportunity and how to use the product properly and all that in a way that they can duplicate. When they say, hey, I want to do this, what do I do? I need to be able to say, do what I did. Do you remember I called you? Yeah. Remember we sat down for coffee? Yeah. Remember I showed you that little video and you said you weren't interested, but your neck hurt or your knee hurt and you did a deep knee bend and you couldn't come back up. And in a few minutes we put this on and you're going jumping up and down and you're excited. You started giving me names of people and you signed up. Okay, then when you drove home, remember I called you? I had Debbie Wetzler on the phone right when we left the coffee shop. That's a three-way connect call. Yeah. Remember you came to the Zoom the next night? Yeah. Remember, that's what we're going to do. So you've got to set the template up for them to duplicate it, something simple that they can do. And it's using tools because if you do it with your mouth, if you're a good salesperson, it's the same thing. You're shooting yourself in the foot because you're selling these people, but they can't duplicate what you did.
Yeah. At what point does network marketing become a real business rather than just somebody's side hustle?
I think it's when you do a good due diligence on the company and you have belief in the product, the company, the network marketing, and yourself. I think that's when it becomes a real business. It is, and you are committed to be consistent in this and be coachable. It's a real business. My first check was, I don't know, $45 for the week. That's a real business. I mean, a lot of people, they get a check. Hey, I got a check this week for direct deposit, like $250, and I really didn't do anything. How did that happen? Or remember you signed up those people a couple of months ago? They're running with it now. God, well, I haven't even done anything in 2 months. Yeah, well, that's you never
You're
really
still
were
making.
in the business then, but guess what? This is what the business does. And that's
Mm.
why when people start, it's very important to have a full-on thrust at the beginning to get the plane off the ground. When a plane takes off, the pilot doesn't kind of inch down the runway. Once it makes the turn and decides it hits, because it's got to get up in the air. If not, it's going to go off the end of the runway and hit a fence at the end.
Yeah.
Same thing in this business. You got to get off the air. You want to get people making some money as quickly as possible. They're like, hey, this is a real business. I made $45 this week. And once it's off the air, if they're just talking to one person a week and one person a week and one person a week, that's that's not being coachable, because that's not what you want to do. And it certainly isn't being, I guess it's being consistent one person a week, but it's not enough.
Yeah. I really appreciate that, you were recalling your failures or companies that actually turned out to be not what you believe they were, because it is hard to, it's kind of on you as well, because you learned this way that you didn't evaluate it properly and you got excited. That's a great experience to have, as opposed to someone who is looking at it for a first time.
Mm-hmm.
So with this experience under your belt, when you first look at the SIA, what would be one evidence that you may have found that would make you say, no, this doesn't hold up?
With ASEA, what would be a negative? I didn't find a negative. I never found a negative in it from the beginning. And I did a thorough due. It took me 6 months to really evaluate it properly,
Yeah.
because the last experience almost caused my wife and I get divorced. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That was awful. It just ended up being awful. And, um, I always say when I do trainings, or when I do a training in person, it's on Zoom too. I'll say, how many people here um, have never done network marketing before? Stand up. And they stand up, and like a C is their first one, right? And everybody claps. And I say, sit down. Now, I want everybody that's done network marketing before a C to stand up. And everybody stands up and we'll clap. And I'll say, remain standing. Say, everybody who stood up first, who has never done network marketing, while you love ASEA, there's no way you can appreciate it as much as these people that have done network marketing before, because they've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they've seen it. And I'll say, sit down if you only did one network marketing company, and some people sit down. Sit down if you've done two. Sit down if you've done three. And there are people done four, five, and six. And it's just an appreciation, because this is the way network marketing is supposed to be done. Not only is it the way it's supposed to be done with ethics and integrity, it's with an exclusive product that no one has, no one's going to have. They had a new product come out last year that works immediately for things that hurt. And it's like a dream. For me, it was a dream come true. The moment I flew out to Utah to visit, to do a due diligence on the people, and I saw the FDA registered production facility, the whole operation, but most importantly, the people. And I sat down with the top people, the founder of the company, which I never did with the other company. They didn't give a damn about me.
Yeah.
I and there was a point where we were all crying about this product and what it meant for humanity, and how they almost sold it to a pharmaceutical company. And thank God they pulled back and did not, and said, no, we're going to bring it to the world, word of mouth. And I just knew. So it was very, very, very clear. I have not found one negative thing in this company. Now, over the years, their IT was behind, right? Their marketing materials were behind, but now it's all brought up to speed, and it's just that. So if you say a negative, that was one thing they were lacking, but never lacking in ethos and integrity, never lacking with a life-changing product, right? And never lacking with friendship and being a two-way street, an open door policy to come talk to them.
Yeah, it is incredible. I have to confirm, because like I said, I have never been in this industry before. But what totally shocked me, just last year, we are in Cancun at the global conference,
Yeah.
and we go for breakfast in a buffet style hotel where everybody is, and we are in a hurry because we have to be at the conference starting. I sit down with Danny Robinson and her husband at the table. She's one of the highest ranking people in the
Yeah.
business.
Number two. Yeah.
And she is incredibly treating me like equal. And I'm nowhere near her ranks, nowhere near her experience or what she built, but nobody is turning their nose on you. Everybody's treating everybody with respect. And I have been in many, many companies and industries over my time on this earth, and I have never experienced this. Never.
Yeah, it's because you know what? This is the people that are outside and don't know what this product is, haven't seen what it does. It's much more
Yeah.
than a business. It is a cause-driven, purpose-driven business where we know we have a breakthrough for humanity. Everybody needs this product. Everybody's getting older, and everybody can see the changes that happen. I'm so grateful. I'll be 66 in about 6 weeks. I'll be 66 years old. I take no medications. I play golf every day. I'm going to play golf today. When we're done, I'm leaving. And sometimes I play 3 rounds in a day, and I don't take ibuprofen anymore. I don't. I feel so blessed, and I thank God that number one, Vertus Norton did not sell this technology and walk away
Yeah.
back in 2007, sell it to the pharmaceutical company.
Which
I
would be
thank
so
God
easy
it
for him at
could
that
have.
moment. Yeah.
That was the goal. Flip it. It was flip it. Let's make money. But when they said they were going to shut it down, and it's like the people that were on it weren't going to be able to get the product anymore, they pulled back and said, well, let's rethink this. So I thank God for that. I thank God Debbie called me. Debbie Wetzler called me about it because my dad was ill. She didn't know that. And you know what? I thank God that I listened,
Mm.
that I had the common sense and intelligence to not dismiss it because it said salt and water on the label and you think that's all that it is, which it's not. It's made from salt and water. That there I'll pat myself on the back. I paid attention for my father, but it was
Yeah.
really because I was trying to save my father's life.
Yeah. Before
Yeah,
we before we wrap this up, because I know you have to go, um, could you very simply touch on what it is we work with, how it is different from any supplements, nutritional based, what is on the market, why it is so unique that it's so unique that it's hard, people have the sense to compare it to something that they are familiar with, and this is not comparable.
yeah,
So is there an easy way to convey to them, like, forget what you know about this and just look at
sure,
completely different angle?
sure. And I'll show you how to verify it yourself so people know how to verify it. But there are a couple things, two things. One, as we age, we decline. Everybody sees that. We heal slower after puberty. We don't heal as quickly after puberty. I used to operate on kids. They heal fast. After puberty, you start healing slower in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You start seeing diseases as you get older too. You don't see a lot of diseases in 20-year-olds, but start seeing some wrinkles in 30s, sometimes some mood problems, some joint problems. Professional athletes can never get out of their 30s. I mean, they just can't because they can't compete anymore. They don't bounce back. The diseases come later. You start seeing more cancer every decade of life as you get older, arthritis, glaucoma, everything as you get older. That's number one. Number two, our body is made up of cells. And if our cells are healthy, we're healthy. If I have healthy retina cells, I don't have macular degeneration. If I have healthy pancreas cells, I don't have diabetes, right? If I have healthy breast cells, I don't have breast cancer. If my cells are healthy, I'm healthy. Well, our cells get unhealthy as we get older. Well, something happened at puberty. And what happened is our mitochondria that's in our cells decline in power, number. Well, that's where our body produces something called redox signaling molecules. And redox signaling molecules are made from saline. I shot a video called itwassaltwater.com. You can see that itwassaltwater.com because it was. But your redox molecules decline as you age and you start seeing conditions go up, right? Well, that's what this is. They found a way to make it outside the body. It's exactly what's in us. So when I was a kid, I made this much. Fall down, play tackle football outside without pads on, go to school the next day, don't even feel it. Go through puberty, you start to feel it the next day a little bit, right?
Mhm.
It less and less in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm 65, I'm producing this much. I started when I was 50. I started drinking this. And when I drank it, I raised my levels up to what they were when I was younger. Well, then when I was 51, I produced this much, 55, 50, 60, 65, I'm producing this much. But I maintain my levels. The rest of the population is aging like my parents and grandparents did. They're just producing less and less. So what is it that they do? You raise your levels back up, and it's a signal amplifier. It amplifies signaling in the body so that the body can hear where there's a problem. That's the simplest way to state it. If the body is in balance, everything's good. When it's out of balance, it's out of homeostasis, the body's healing system are going to try to get it back into balance so you're at ease. not dis-ease. Disease is dis-ease. Homeostasis is ease. So when people drink this, they just baseline where they are right now, their sleep, their mood, their memory, things that hurt, blood sugar, whatever their problem, weight, wrinkles, take pictures, thinning hair, just start drinking it, right? And track your progress over 90 days. But what we have people do is take the gels and go out and see 10 people who are hurting and follow a simple protocol called veryfastrelief.com. It's a little short little video, it's 4 minutes, veryfastrelief.com. And they go put this, which is made from this, on 10 people they know that are hurting. When they watch what happens to 9 out of 10 people in minutes and how 9 out of 10 people want to buy it, number one, they know it's real. Number two, they know there's an opportunity here. But that's what it is. It's a signal amplifier, and there's no toxicity to it. You can drink as much as you want. Most people drink 6 ounces a day. I drink 8. You can spray it in your eye. You can breathe it in your lung. You can do whatever you want with it. It can't be allergic to it, no toxicity, and it does not interfere with medicines because it's already in you. It's not interfering with your medicines and it's in you. You're just drinking more of it.
Why do you need to give it at least 90 days?
Well, with the liquid, if someone
Yeah,
does this on 10 people, they're
right.
gonna go 90 days on this. But we really want them to go 120. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. But if people baseline everything in their health, here's the form I have people go out and see 10 people who are hurting and track their progress with the gels. And here's the one that they do where they're baselining all their issues. What's wrong right there? Because because we know it works instantly from blood work. You can see in the blood that it's working, but when will they feel the difference or see it? Well, 15% of people see something dramatic in the first week, 60% do in 30 days, and 90% do in 90 days. So I want them to give it 90 days because if they quit money back guarantee in 30 days, 40% of people won't have seen anything happen.
Yeah.
That's and we teach them how to take it properly. There's an improper way to take it and a proper way, and we guide them on that, which is very important because people could go to Amazon and buy this, and they pay a lot more. What you would pay as being a customer is $300, or a brand partner 270 on Amazon, it's $458, and you
Hmm.
don't get free product. You get free product with ASEA, but it is the only online platform in the world that actually is guaranteed to be authentic ASEA and fresh, not expired. All the other online ones, there's expired product stored improperly. But Amazon, from an opportunity perspective, it's great because it's controlled and the price is $458 versus 270 for the starter pack, which is how you have enough to do all the testing because you're doing a due diligence to see if this works or not.
Yeah. David, thank you. Thank you so much
You
for your
bet.
time. I know it's time to go, but one last questions to part
Mhm.
ways with. What would your life look like today if you didn't take that chance 15 years ago?
What it would look like is instead of me looking at the Atlantic Ocean here and a Monday being like a Saturday or a Sunday, I wouldn't probably be working as hard as I was when I was younger, but I'd still have to be working. And I'd probably be in the office right now on a Monday afternoon at 1:30 Eastern time. and and looking back and saying, God, where did the years go?
Yeah.
And because of network marketing, I got to be with my kids and time freedom and travel. And, like I say, money gives you security and it gives you choices. And I had security as a doctor, but I didn't have, I settled. I didn't have choices. I didn't have time freedom or money freedom. Now, every day is the same. I mean, I did a Zoom this morning. I'm doing this today. I don't think I have anything tomorrow at all. Your time is your own. So in addition, I could never help someone in Spain or San Francisco or in Czech Republic or Hong Kong. Here, I didn't know anybody in those areas, but I told people about this, helped them. They told people and helped them, and it spread around the world. So now I've had impact on lives, business wise and product wise, most importantly, all over the world. As a doctor, I can only help the people in my offices. That's all I could help. And
Yeah.
it's kind of humbling, but it's just a great way to go through life doing this. I just love it.
Yeah. Not to mention the way you feel today
Yeah,
as compared to when you were
right,
maybe 40. Yeah.
right. I feel like I'm 40 years old. I'll be 66. It's amazing.
and you look amazing.
Oh God. Well, so do
It
you,
has,
because you've been drinking it for a few years too now.
I have been, and I have to tell you, I have a new story to tell because 14 years ago, when we were moving from Connecticut to Florida, I had to hire people to pack us, to move us, to lift boxes, to do everything. I just moved a few months ago from one town to another town in Florida. I have done everything by myself. I have packed the entire house. I moved around. I was driving around to look for a new place. I could not sit for half an hour before this entered my life.
You're
I have,
younger.
I just realized like, oh my God, this is, and my bag didn't go off once.
Hmm.
It was absolutely like a miracle to me.
Yeah, the product's a gift. Not everybody wants to make money, and not everybody's motivated or coachable or consistent. But we can show people to make enough money to pay for their product. At least that's easy to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
But the ones who want a better life and a lot of time freedom, you got to treat it like a business. You can't treat it like a hobby.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm gonna let you go and go and enjoy yourself and play golf.
yep,
And
I'm
thank you
ready.
so much. Thank you so much for all
Thanks,
you do
Vera.
for us and for me. And you are incredible person to know. And don't
You
forget
are
anybody. We are the average of 5 people that we surround ourselves with.
absolutely. Thank you,
Yeah.
Vera.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, David.
You too.
Thanks.